Just want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody to Southside, the Southside Mega Mic Night. I've joined tonight by some wonderful colleagues of mine, and I just wanted to, before we get started, take a moment to introduce them. So you might see them on your screen. Sometimes other faces will fight their way to the main screen. But I'm Mr. Beal. I'm the choral director at Unami Middle School. We also have Mr. Myers, who is the band director at Unami Middle School, who also does some of these online concerts with me. We have Mr. Sanchez, the Tamanend Middle School director. I'm sorry, Tamanend Middle School choir director. And we also have Mr. Stalino, who is the choir director at South High School.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
So we were just talking about this at some point. I don't even remember how it got started, but we just had this idea. Wouldn't it be cool to get together some students from all of these Southside schools? The South High School, of course, is fed by Unami Middle School and Tamanend Middle School. And we've had, we have so many talented students, we wanted to get them together. So we chose 5 from each school. And you're in for a real treat tonight. I got to hear them all a little bit earlier, and they have chosen songs that really represent their talents. And what I'm going to do is just quickly go over some helpful things you'd like to know. So I'm going to share my screen real quick here and just show you a couple things you're going to want to know when you're on the call, especially if you're on a laptop. So these buttons here in the middle, you can see me moving my mouse on the screen here. The 2 you're going to want to know about, actually the 4 really, is this video camera button will turn your camera on and off, and then this button is your microphone. Just make sure during all performances you turn your microphone off. And usually I encourage people to turn off their video camera too. It can be a little distracting for the performers, and also it also affects the bandwidth, and the things can get a little glitchy if everybody's cameras are on. However, as soon as the performance is over, feel free to turn that camera on, turn that microphone back on, and clap as loud as you can, because the students do hear that and it really motivates them. During the performances, you can use this button right here to go into the conversation, and you can leave some compliments or some reassurances. When you click on that, you'll see that over here there's a chat window. So I'm going to say hello everyone there now, and you can type into that while my caps lock is on, and everybody in the call will see that. You can put compliments, reassure people, and do all that. And then the other thing I wanted to say is during each performance, you might want to make sure that you get a nice big screen of them. You can do that by clicking on this button, the participants button, and you can find the name of the performer. The students it's alphabetical by first name. So if Michaela McClintock is performing, you'd want to go down to M and then find her name right here and go over to the right, click on these 3 dots and tap the word pin. And then it'll make that performer be full screen. Now, of course, Michaela's not performing now, but you can see how my whole screen just got taken over by her. Oh, hi, Michaela, she is there. There you go. Thanks for volunteering your example. Of course, when Michaela's done performing, you can go over here and click on this pin button to unpin them, and then it'll go back to just whoever. So I hope that covers all the logistics. Just don't forget to mute yourself during each performance and unmute yourself to clap as loud as you can after each performance. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stalino to introduce our first performances of the night.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Mr. Stalino here. I wanted to introduce the first act tonight. Tonight you're going to be hearing a duet from Kayla and Leah Marucci. They're from South High School, senior and sophomore, and they're going to be performing Wandering from High School Musical, the series. So without further delay, here's Kayla and Leah.
Hi guys. Hello. Seems like a part of me will always have to lose. Every single time I have to choose. So all that it felt like, but was I wrong? Is this where I'm supposed to be at all? I don't have the answers, not today. It's like nothing makes the questions go away. But I've yet to see if the grass was greener on the other side of all I've had and lost. Would it be enough, or would I still be wondering if I could go back and change the past, be a little braver than I had, and bet against the odds? sign of all I've had and lost. Would it be enough? Or would I still be wondering? Oh, if I could go back and change the past, be a little braver than I had, and bet against the odds. Would I still be lost? Even if I woke up in my dreams, would there still be something I'm missing? If I had everything, would it mean anything? Maybe I should turn around and take the other road. Or maybe I'm just looking for what I already know. I'm just wondering if I could go back and change the past, be a little braver than I had, and bet against the odds. Would I still be lost? Oh, even if I woke up in my dreams, would there still be something I'm missing? If I had everything, would it mean anything to me? Would it be enough? Or would I still be wondering?
All right. So just a wonderful job, girls. Just a quick note, if you go into the conversation, I am putting a link in there you can click on if you'd like to see the entire program. It's not possible for me to show that to you while we're performing, but if you click on that link, it says HTTPS. It's in big blue letters. If you click on that, you can see the program for tonight and kind of plan ahead for who's coming up. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Sanchez to tell us what's happening next.
All right, you guys are in for a treat. We've got a wonderful 8th grade performer who has had a lot of amazing performances at our Tamanend Corona cabarets. So please welcome Michaela McClintock with Watch What Happens from Newsies.
Write what you know, so they say. All I know is I don't know what to write or the right way to write it. This is big, lady, don't screw it up. This is not some little vaudeville I'm reviewing. Poor little kids versus rich, gritty sourpusses. It's a cinch. It can practically write itself, and let's pray it does. Because I may have mentioned I have no clue what I'm doing. Am I insane? This is what I've been waiting for. Well, that was the screaming of 10 angry editors. A girl, it's a girl. How the heck is that even legal? Look, just go and get her. Not only that, there's a story behind the story. Thousands of children exploited, invisible. Speak up, take a stand, and there's someone to write about it. That's how things get better. Give life's little guy some ink, and when it dries, just watch what happens. Those kids will live and breathe right on the page, and once they're center stage, you watch what happens. And who's there with her camera and her pen as boys turn into men? They'll storm the gates and then just watch what happens when they do. Picture a handsome, heroically charismatic, plain-spoken, know-nothing, skirt-chasing, cocky little son of a lie down with dogs, and you wake up with a raise and a promotion. So he's a flirt, a complete egomaniac. The fact is, he's also the face of the strike. What a face! Face the facts, that's a face that could save us all from sinking in the ocean. Like someone said, power tends to corrupt an absolute power. Wait, corrupts? Absolutely, that is genius! But give me some time. A choice as good as that. 6 months from never. Just look around at the world we're inheriting and think of the one we create. Their mistake is they got old. That is not a mistake. We'll be making no sir. We'll stay young forever. Give those kids and leave the brand new century and watch what happens. It's David and Goliath. can't watch what happens. But all I know is nothing happens if you just give in. It can't be any worse than how it's been. And it just so happens that we just might win. So whatever happens, let's begin.
All right. So just for my colleagues and for everyone, what I'll do is I'll mute everybody right after each performance. So just teachers, make sure you unmute yourself when you want to introduce, just to make sure no one forgets. All right. So wonderful job, Michaela. Let's move on with our next performance. I'm going to introduce this next one. This is one of ours at Unami, and we're going to have Luke Mingachi sing and play guitar for us, performing "I Am Yours" by Andy Grammer. Take it away, Luke.
Thanks, Mr. Beal. Okay, so again, hi, I'm Luke. I'm going to do I Am Yours by Andy Grammer. So here we go. Just another love song from a simple man. I've been searching for some chords underneath these hands, so I can try to tell you I love you. You know I need you like your oxygen. Be my atmosphere, let me breathe you in. You'll find that I was put here to love you. I've been lost, I've been found, but I know I am now. I am yours. I am yours now and always. Wouldn't dream to be anything more. Would you take my breath away every night? I still can't believe it when you say you're mine, and I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. I was free falling through the open sky till you smiled at me and you saved my life, and I knew I was put here to love you. You got the universe swimming in your eyes. I'm an open book. When you look in mine, you'll find that I was put here to love you. I've been lost, I've been found, but I know I am now. I am yours. I am yours now and always. Wouldn't dream to be anything more. Will you take my breath away every night? I still can't believe it when you say you're mine, and I am yours. I am yours. I am yours. I've been lost, I've been found, but I know I am now. I am yours. I am yours now and always. Wouldn't dream to be anything more. You take my breath away every night. I still can't believe it when you say you're mine, and I am yours. 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 Thank you.
Yeah. a second. The sound of distorted applause, it is music to our ears because that just means more people are clapping. Awesome job, Luke. All right, I'm going to turn it over for our next performance to Mr. Stellino to tell us who's going to be performing from South.
Hi, guys. Our next performer from South is a senior, Caitlin Carlin, singing Manhattan by Sarah Bareilles. And here's Caitlin.
Okay, hello. You can have Manhattan. I know it's for the best. Gather up the avenues and leave them on your doorstep. And I'll tiptoe away so you won't have to say you heard me leave. You can have Manhattan. I know it's what you want. The bustle and the buildings, the weather in the fall. And I'll bow out of place to save you some space for somebody new. You can have Manhattan, 'cause I can't have you. You can have Manhattan, the one we used to share, the one where we were laughing and drunk on just being there. Hang on to the reverie. Could you do that for me? 'Cause I'm just too sad to. You can have Manhattan, 'cause I can't have you. And so it goes, one foot after the other, till black and white begin to color in. And I know that holding us in place is simply fear of what's already changed. You can have Manhattan. I'll settle for the beach. Sunsets facing westward with sand beneath my feet. And I'll wish this away, these missing the days when I was one half of two. You can have Manhattan, 'cause I can't have you.
Yeah.
Yay, Caitlin! Yes.
Wow.
All right, bravo. All right, let me just mute everybody for a moment here. Make sure we're all on mute. And wonderful job. That was beautiful, Caitlin. All right, so we're going to stick with Mr. Stellino here. We have another performer from South High School. Tell us who it's going to be, Mr. Stellino.
All right, our next performer is another senior from CB South Choir. This is Lizzie Palmieri singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow in the style of Catherine McPhee. Here's Lizzie.
Hi, everyone. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place beyond the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Then why, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh why can't I? Oh, oh.
All right, wonderful job, Lizzie. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I feel like I should be paying money for this tonight. We are getting such a treat from some of our most wonderful singers in the district. It's wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Sanchez to tell us about our next performer from Tamanend.
All right, we've got a Tamanend ninth grader coming up. And Ben has been recently writing his own songs, although this evening he's going to be performing one written by another great songwriter, Sarah Bareilles, who we've heard from a little bit this evening already. So you're going to hear I Didn't Plan It from the musical Waitress.
Hi. So yeah, I'm gonna sing I Didn't Plan It. I'm a ninth grader at I'm a ninth grader at Tamanend. And I'm just gonna sing. Go ahead, throw your rocks at me from your little glass house and then take off running. You're no better than me. We've both made mistakes, haven't we? I won't undo what I'm doing to sit in judgment of what makes us human. I don't claim to be proud, but my head won't be hung in shame. I didn't plan it, but the light turned red and I ran it, and I'm still standing. It's not what I wanted, but now that it's right here, I understand it. A story written by my own hand. It's life fighting right at your heels. I didn't plan it, but it's finally something to feel. Oh, look around you, ain't no saints here, baby. We're all just looking for a little less crazy. And sometimes it's a hard left turn down a road you never thought you'd see. I didn't plan it, taking back what's been taken for granted, and I can't stand it. I'm sick of the way I've been waiting to break free. I needed saving, and a good mistake needed making. Maybe you need the same thing. Something to feel, to race through your blood and remind you you're here, to open your eyes and look around and see the sky and you're underground. I didn't plan it, but that's life, and I'm finally feeling alive. It's not right, but it's mine, and it's finally something to feel.
All right. Awesome job, Ben. All right, folks, we have breached the 120 mark, 123 people live in attendance at this concert. How awesome is that? It's not too late to send that link to your friends and family if you want. Just tell them to open it on a phone or a laptop. I'll keep putting it in the chat periodically. You can get anybody to join this call if you send them that link. It is case sensitive, so capital W, then all lowercase letters after that. Check it out. All right, let's see. All right, Mr. Myers, are you with us at the moment?
I am.
Could you do me the pleasure of introducing our next performer, please?
Absolutely. Up next is one of our Unami ninth graders, Miss Allie Fosnot. Allie is a member of the Unami U-Tunes Choir. She is the principal piano player in the Unami Jazz Ensemble. She was waitress #1 in Rock of Ages. She plays the bass clarinet and the oboe in our wind ensemble, and also plays guitar and ukulele. So I have no idea what she's going to be performing tonight, but performing some version of Someone Like You is Allie Fosnot.
Hi, I'm going to play piano for Someone Like You. All right. I heard that you're settled down, that you married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. Old friend, why are you so shy? It ain't like you to hold back or hide from the light. I'd hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hope you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. You know how the time flies. Only yesterday was the time of our lives. We were born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise of our glory days. I'd hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. I'd hope you'd see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Nothing compares, no worries or cares. Regrets and mistakes, they are memories made. Who would have known how bittersweet this would taste? Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you too. Don't forget me, I beg. I'll remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Wow. Bravo.
I'm speechless.
Bravo, Allie. Bravo. Oh, Adele better watch out. Okay, here we go. 128, folks. We're almost at 130. This is just getting more exciting as we go. All right. I'm going to introduce our next performer. This is another heartbreaker, another ninth grader that we are so sad to lose. But Mr. Celino is just going, yes, send them to me. So our next performer of the night is Miss Mia Jordan, and she is not just going to sing for you, she's going to play her ukulele, and she's going to perform Make You Mine by Public. All right, Mia, here we go.
Yep. Thank you. Well, I will call you darling, and everything will be okay. 'Cause you know I am yours and you are mine. Doesn't matter anyway. In the night we'll take a walk. It's nothing funny, just to talk. Put your hand in mine. You know that I want to be with you all the time. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. Until I make you mine. Well, I have called you darling, and I'll say it again. So kiss me till I'm sorry, babe, that you are gone and I'm a mess. And I'll hurt you and you'll hurt me, and we'll say things we can't repeat. Put your hand in mine. You know that I want to be with you all the time. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. Until I make you mine. You need to know. We'll take it slow. I miss you so. We'll take it slow. It's hard to feel you slipping through. My fingers are so numb. And how was I supposed to know that you were not the one? Put your hand in mine. You know that I want to be with you all the time. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. Until I make you mine. Put your hand in mine. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. Oh, darling, darling, baby, you're so very fine. You know that I won't stop until I make you mine. Until I make you.
Yeah, Mia!
Amazing.
Yeah, you continue to influence
Yeah,
Dr.
Mia.
Rogers. He says he wants to learn ukulele now.
Awesome.
So the perfect scenario would be he learns the ukulele to a Cave Town song, and then your influence on him would be complete.
Yes.
All right, so let's see here. Real quick, folks, just wanted to point out, if you haven't done so already, click on the conversation button in the middle. It looks like a little text bubble. There are just so many amazing things in this conversation. The things people are saying are so affirming. Every performer tonight needs to go back and read this chat, because your performances are really moving people. It's making them smile. It's making some of them tear up. I will admit that I have already a few times tonight. Just make sure you go back and read this chat, because you're getting some real positive feedback on your talent. All right, so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Stellino to introduce our next performer. Who do we have next, Mr. Stellino?
Next up on our from South is a junior. His name's Joe Hazel. He's also going to be our choir vice president next year, and he will be singing "Can I Be Him" by James Arthur. Go, Joe.
Bye.
Joe, I just muted everybody. Could you unmute yourself for me again before you start?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, you're good, Joe. Go ahead.
Hey. You walked into the room and now my heart's been stolen. You took me back in time to when I was unbroken. Now you're all I want, and I knew it from the very first moment. 'Cause the light came on when I heard that song, and I want you to sing it again. 'Cause I swear that every word you sang, you wrote them for me. Like it was a private show, but I know you never saw me. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there to sing it again? Can I be the one you talk about in all your stories? Can I be him? I heard there was someone, but I know he don't deserve you. And if you were mine, I'd never let anyone hurt you. I wanna dry those tears, kiss those lips, it's all I've been thinking about. 'Cause the light came on when I heard that song, and I want you to sing it again. 'Cause I swear that every word you sang, you wrote them for me. Like it was a private show, but I know you never saw me. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there to sing it again? Can I be the one you talk about in all your stories? Oh, can I be him? Will you sing it again? Oh, will you sing it again? Can I be him? I swear that every word you sang, you wrote them for me. Like it was a private show, but I know you never saw me. When the lights come on and I'm on my own, will you be there? Will you be there? Can I be the one you talk about in all your stories? Can I be him? Oh, can I be him?
Go, Joe.
Awesome.
Wonderful job, Joe. All right, so let me check.
Mr. Beal, you're muted.
Sorry about that. See, even the guy that's supposed to be in control forgets to click now and then. So there was a question in the chat about seeing a double screen. You can click on the little push pin if you see someone on your screen you'd like to minimize them, and you can make the performer on full screen if you just click on the 3 dots next to the name and click on the word pin, and that'll make them full screen. All right, so Mr. Sanchez, what do we have coming up from Tamanend next?
All right, next on the docket here tonight, another 8th grader from Tamanend. I'm excited I get to have her in my course again next year. She's picked a really, really awesome song for that fits her quite well. She sings it awesomely. So please welcome Rachel Dash to sing Part of Your World.
Hi.
Maybe he's right. Maybe there is something the matter with me. I just don't see how a world that makes such wonderful things could be bad. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold? Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who's it's and what's it's galore. You want thingamabobs? I got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see him dancing, walking around on those. What do you call it? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, showing along down the, what's that word again? Streets. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun, wandering free. Wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on land, they understand that they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand and ready to know what the people know. Ask them my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and what is it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore up above? Out of the sea. Wish I could be part of that world.
Rachel, I love you so much.
I
can do it on my phone.
Bravo, Rachel. All right, I'm going to mute everybody for a second here. All right, so switching gears back to another South High School performer. Mr. Celino, what do we have next in the program?
Next in the program is the wonderful Victoria Langdon singing Grow As We Go by Ben Platt. Victoria.
Thank you. All right.
You say there's so much you don't know. You need to go and find yourself. You say you'd rather be alone 'cause you think you won't find it tied to someone else. Who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. I don't think you have to leave. If to change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. You won't be the only one. I am unfinished, I've got so much left to learn. I don't know how this river runs, but I like the company through every twist and turn. Ooh, who said it's true that the growing only happens on your own? They don't know me and you. I don't ever have to leave. If to change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Ooh. Grow as we go. Ooh, grow as we go. I don't know who will become. I can't promise, it's not written in the stars. But I believe that when it's done, we're gonna see that it was better that we grew up together. Tell me you don't wanna leave, 'cause if change is what you need, you can change right next to me. When you're high, I'll take the lows. You can ebb and I can flow, and we'll take it slow and grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Grow as we go. Thank you.
Victoria, you rock!
Great job, Victoria. On the screen.
Folks, I just have to take a moment here. If you check out the chat, I want to just take an opportunity to acknowledge we have one of our retired music teachers here that taught several of these students. Miss Kim Leonardo was able to join us tonight. She left a lovely message in the chat for all the people that she had. So it's so nice that technology is bringing us all together, current teachers, retired teachers, and it's so nice to have Miss Leo here. Still proud of those
It's nice to be here. I love seeing you.
You know, what a gift.
And if she can figure out Microsoft Teams, anyone can.
You know, how many retired teachers can say that they still get to hear their students perform? You know,
I know it's amazing. I'm just filling up over here.
we're so lucky to have this technology in our district. So, all right. So let me put everybody on mute here for a moment and see who we have next on the schedule. It looks like it's time for another Tamanend performer. So Mr. Sanchez, go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell us what we have next.
All right. So our next performer has a personality as big as her voice. You'll see that in a moment. So you're going to be in for a treat when you hear Sophia Quinn sing She Used to Be Mine from Waitress.
What an introduction. Can you see me? Because I know
we can actually see you. Sophia sometimes has trouble with her camera, but
almost
it's
every
working.
time. It's working?
It is working.
Okay. It's not simple to say that most days I don't recognize me, that these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew who'll be reckless just enough, who'll get hurt.
Hello?
But who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone but used to be mine. Used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Bravo!
Thank you.
Yay! Yay!
Bravo, Sophia. All right, well, we're gonna go back to
Sophia,
back
that was awesome.
We're gonna go back to back with another Tamanend performance here. So I will keep Mr. Sanchez rolling here, telling us about our next performance.
Okie doke. When we found out that Nora was going to represent Tamanend as part of one of the 5 performers tonight, I said, okay, you need to do this song because she kind of rocks out here. So here comes Nora Johnson, 9th grader, singing "Feeling Good," inspired by the Michael Bublé version.
Yeah!
Okay. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. The sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. A river running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on a tree. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Feel dragonfly out in the sun, you know what I mean, don't you know? Butterflies all having fun, you know what I mean. Sleep in peace when day is done. And this whole world, it's a new world and a whole world for me. For me. Stars when you shine, you know how I feel. Center of mine, you know how I feel. Oh, freedom is mine, and I know how I feel. God, it's a new day, it's a new life. God, it's a new day, it's a new life. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life, it's a new life for me.
Wow.
I'm feeling good. I feel so good.
Woo!
Yeah! So folks, just a reminder to make sure that our performances go smoothly. Please be very careful not to unmute yourself because we'll get feedback and it might distract the performer. So just try not to touch any buttons or mess around during performances. Of course, make all that noise when they're done, but just be careful because
Because that's a lot of people for us to go through and try to find who's talking.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna just make sure everybody's muted, and then feel free to clap as loud as you want after each performance is over. Okay, we're gonna continue on now with a Unami student, and Mr. Myers, I believe you are here. Would you like to tell us who's next? Oh, let me see.
I'm here. Hang on.
No problem.
I'm here. Excellent. Okay. Up next, I think, is scrolling down. Oh, Alexa Heidacher. Alexa is one of our 8th grade students here at Unami. She is in the jazz ensemble. She is our bass player. She's also an amazing vocalist, and I believe she even started picking up piano recently. So up next is yet another multi-instrumentalist and singer, Alexa Heidacher, singing Skyfall.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. I am honored.
It's funny you say that, Mr. Myers. She's playing piano in this performance.
I am.
All right, go ahead, Alexa.
Thank you. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I've drowned and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away, I'm stolen. Let the sky fall. When it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together. When the sky falls, when it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together at Skyfall. Skyfall is where we start. 1,000 miles and poles apart. When worlds collide and days are dark, you may have my number, you can take my name, but you'll never have my heart. At the skyfall, when it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together. At the skyfall, when it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together at Skyfall. Where you go, I go. What you see, I see. I know I'll never be me without the security of your loving arms, keeping me from harm. Put your hand in my hand and we'll stand at the skyfall. When it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together at the skyfall. When it crumbles, we will stand to face it all together at Skyfall. When the sky falls, walls. We will stand tall at skyfall. Ooh.
Go, Alexa!
Thank you so much.
Oh, man. Just one killer performance after another. And we still have one more to go. I know won't disappoint you. And I believe this is our only 7th grader performing tonight. And so Mr. Myers and I talked about it, and Allie's been performing it, gosh, I think every Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know if she's missed a single concert. And she's quite the performer, and it's always nice to have someone young and talented that you can keep for several years. So I'm going to present our next performer, Allie Nemec, singing Journey to the Past from the movie Anastasia.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a minute to thank everyone so much for joining us. I'm so honored to be performing here, and we're all so happy that you're here to support us. Besides Anastasia being one of my dream roles, I just love how I can connect with this song because she talks about longing for her home and her love. And I love my home. I feel like I can express myself, and I'm just so grateful to do this song for you. Heart, don't fail me now. Courage, don't desert me. Don't turn back now that we're here. People always say life is full of choices. No one ever mentions fear or how the world can seem so vast. On a journey to the past. Somewhere down this road, I know someone's waiting. Years of dreams just can't be wrong. Arms will open wide, I'll be safe and wanted, finally home where I belong. Well, starting now, I'm learning fast on this journey to the past. Home, love, family. There was once a time I must have had them too. Home, love, family. I will never be complete until I find you. One step at a time, one hope, then another. Who knows where this road may go? Back to who I was, on to find my future, things my heart still needs to know. Just let this be a sign, let this road be mine, let it lead me to my past and bring me home at last. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Allie.
You know what? Don't mute yourselves yet, folks. I want everybody's mics unmuted. How about an applause for every performer tonight? The talented Southside Singers. So I hope for the past 75 minutes, it didn't matter what was going on in the world to you, because I know it didn't to me. And I think that how lucky we are to have this technology.
A retired music teacher.
Oh, okay. It was sort of like.
I'm just gonna mute everybody for a second. Folks, thank you so much for being here. You know, it's things like this that are helping us get through these crazy times. You know, the power of music and just talented young people singing. And gosh, I think I speak for Mr. Salino, Mr. Sanchez, Mr. Myers. We are so lucky that this hasn't had to stop, that we've been able to have these musicians continue to grow in ways we never expected. And it is just such a pleasure for us. And I really hope it was for you. And, hopefully we'll find opportunities to do this in the future, and just stay tuned. If we're ever able to coordinate something like this again, we'll certainly let you know. And this is teachers, if you want to unmute yourselves to say goodnight, I'm going to say this is Mr. Beal signing off. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.
And I don't know if Mr. Myers is here,
Hey.
but Mr. Myers would also say a big thank you. And Miss Leo, how about you throw a shout out? Oh, Mr. Myers, I'm sorry.
Hey guys, thank you for inviting me. This was awesome.
Everybody.
Mr. They I think they're not on anymore.
Mr. Myers is trying to
Look
quit.
at
Mr.
you.
Myers.
Look at me. Yeah.
There's Mr. Myers.
I can't.
So, folks, this is going to conclude our evening. Thank you for coming to the first ever Southside Mega.
Bye.
The
Bye,
music
guys.
is alive
Thanks
in
for inviting
CD,
me.
and we will see
Bye.
you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Go to the beach.